actually now got a proper full-size swimming pool down here, the shape of a boat, wet edge pool, and 2023. So massive program, huge program. That's why we've got the best of the best in hill track program.
Still a bit to do.
Oh, there's still lots to do, huge amounts.
When all the soft furnishings start running on, when the interior starts running, there's 20
Obviously, this will get landscaped up to the edge here, and people don't walk in front of the lodge, so you've got privacy. And that's the way that your design is, so that it's very nice and private.
That's okay. Reincarnation. Can I just to introduce a few people that were with us this morning? Obviously, the Minister for Tourism, Zoe Bettison, along with local MP, Dominical Mawson, Leon Bignell. Leon, of course, has worked exceptionally hard with the KI community now for a number of years, but particularly ever since the bushfires. Can I also introduce John and Craig, who are responsible for this amazing development that is happening here, and they'll speak to that in just a moment. It's fantastic to be on Kangaroo Island today for the Country Cabinet. This has been something we've been planning for some time, and in no small part that is because of our Kangaroo Island General, and has been working so hard to make sure that KI bounces back post the bushfires. And what we see here at Southern Ocean Lodge 2.0 is a real coming to life of all of the opportunity this place has and how excited we are about the future. Southern Ocean Lodge 2.0 has really come out of the ground, and I think there is so much excitement about the prospect of this development finishing, but also about what the future looks like for Kangaroo Island, particularly in the tourism sector, which is why the state government is gearing up for it. And today we have an important announcement to make that Zoe and Terry and their team have been negotiating with Qantas, and the state government has been able to reach agreement with Qantas to see a significant increase in the number of flights going to and from Kangaroo Island. Today we announced that starting at the end of October, Qantas is going to 2 return flights daily, each day of the week, and then one flight return each day over the course of the weekend. So we're increasing up to 12 flights a week, which is a significant increase in the number that we have at the moment, particularly over the summer months, and then going down to 9 return flights a week during the course of the winter. But increasing it to 12 daily return flights a week is a big deal, and that is a result of the state government partnering with Qantas, because we want to see tourism bounce back to Kangaroo Island as quickly as possible, particularly this summer, where the island is going to have so much to offer. Of course, we've been very deliberate as a government about investing in tourism. People are familiar with what we've done with the major events, but there's
Nice to see you, nice and dry. I just want to thank John and Alison, who managed this amazing place. They've been there all through the great days of Southern Ocean Lodge Mark 1, and right up in Condor Nest, and all the global luxury travel magazines listed this as one of the top places to visit anywhere in the world. And tremendously difficult choices had to be made after the fires by so many people on the island about what the future would look like. And James and Hayley Baillie flew in the next day after the fire, and they were on the ground already assessing, what the future might look like. And it takes a lot of courage to rebuild after a disaster like they went through, and a lot of work. And John and Alison were out here pretty much for the next day and started doing things towards the steps that making the moves that would lead us to the day in December this year where we would see this place once again welcoming people from right around the world. And right from when it was first opened, it put not only Kangaroo Island on the map, but South Australia on the map, because when you're listed as the top luxury destination in the world, it means that people will get on, in many cases, their private jets and come down to our part of the world. And they won't just stay here and have a good time, but they'll go and spend money in other parts of South Australia. They'll also experience some of the great food and wine that we have on offer. And apart from the French champagne, everything in the bar, and I'm pleased to hear that the bar here is going to be doubled in size, everything comes from South Australia. So you've got some of the wealthiest people in the world coming to Kangaroo Island and sampling the great wines that we produce, the amazing food that we produce, and then going home and looking for those on the shelves of whichever country that they're from. So it's so much more than a place to come and stay. It is an unforgettable experience for those lucky enough to have stayed here the first time, and I'm sure that Southern Ocean Lodge 2.0, which will open on December 6th, will be very much supported by people from not just here in South Australia, but around Australia and indeed around the world. And once again, to Craig and to John and to Alison, thanks again for the dedication that you've put into this. It's a symbol for so many on the island that you have decided to rebuild and that you'll be opening your doors again. So thank you for all the hard work that you've put in. And I might invite John up to say a few words.
Sure. Thanks for coming, everyone. Thank you, Premier. Thank you, Zoe, and we're really looking forward to reopening. It's been a long time since the fire that destroyed the original Southern Ocean Lodge, and I'd just like to say that we're all so rapt that we're going to have this amazing place back and be able to welcome guests from all over the world again. The Southern Ocean Lodge 2.0, as we're calling it, the 2.0 will drop at the opening. It is a working title, and it will go back to being just Southern Ocean Lodge, but bigger and better than it ever was before.
You know where the fossils are on the side, guys?
Yeah.
They're all hidden away.
They're all hidden away, yeah.
You can't really, there's a shell right there, but you can't really.
Yeah, can you see them?
There's one there.
Oh, yeah.
There's one there.
You don't really see them until you look real close.
And there's a fossil there.
So they're all embedded in, and what it is, it's an old seabed, made out of an old seabed, and
Yeah.
it's closer to the ocean. Whereas the more local stuff is then like cut deeper into the mountain, I guess.